Well, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this. It is 7:08 a.m. on Wednesday, the 2nd of May. And in my hand, I have a Charvy, a little confused Charvy. You see, they always want to move toward my thumb. I'm not quite sure what it is. Hi, little guy. But they want to move toward my thumb. And I'm not sure why, but here he is with his little... I've rubbed all the fur off my nose face. I'm sorry, little guy. I'm going to put you back into your nest here real soon. But he's a cutie, and I'm so sorry that I haven't had my little hammies for the past couple days. They're absolute sweethearts. It's just I've been not feeling so good. And I'm going to talk about that too. But here's little Charv. He's such a good little guy. I'm going to put him back in his nest, though, because he wants to go back to sleep. Here you go, Charvy. I'm going to cover you back up with your tissues and such. Okay, he's so tired that he's covering himself back up and going right back to sleep. Normally he gets up and goes and like drinks or finds a new place to have a nest, but he just curled up, went back to sleep. He's so tired. But this ties in with this. I have been so, well, the way I've been feeling, you know how I've been saying I don't feel good lately, it's my skin hurts, my joints hurt. I forget. When you have an illness of any kind, and you have the symptoms taken care of, you forget. It's easy as a human being. You start normalizing how you feel. So if you feel good on your pain medication regimen, you start to fall into that as your default standard. I feel good. And you forget that the actual default standard is you don't feel good. You hurt. You feel horrible. So these past couple days I've been complaining about, not feeling good in this whole week. Well, because I've had so little money, I have had so little cannabis. And I can't remember the last time I had an oil dab. Even though, of course, the various people will take oil dabs right in front of me and then not offer, just shut everything down and then go off and do what they're doing. Pretty nice. And so I'm forgotten. I had forgotten that what I'm feeling is not illness. This is my default standard for my fibro, my back injuries, depression, because depression makes things hurt more, which makes you more depressed, which makes things hurt more, which makes you more depressed. It's a horrible, horrible loop that just spirals downward. You need intervention of some kind because there's just nothing that you can do on the inside. You're caught inside of a spiral in a broken machine. And that's unfortunate. So with my joints hurting, my skin hurting, just everything feeling terrible, that's my default way I feel on 2.5 milligrams of methadone daily and no cannabis. I'm slowly working my way back to being wheelchair. No, not in a wheelchair, my wife was. Being walker bound. That's what I meant to say. Wheelchair because I had to walk my wife around in a wheelchair. Walk my wife around. I had to push her in a wheelchair toward the end of her life, the last 5 years of her life. But I used to use a walker before I got onto cannabis. And I had forgotten I couldn't even sign my name. I had to go I had to do first half stop and wait for it to stop hurting. Middle stop, wait for it to stop, and then finish. So what I'm feeling is just the way fibro and all this more feels. I've been pushing myself and going out and walking and doing all that stuff as much as I can, but I haven't been able to walk as much. And of course I'm thinking, oh boy, I'm just not feeling good today. Must be coming down with a bug. I can't walk today. Oh no, it's just fibro and more. And I'd say, hey, can you people like help out and send me money for cannabis? But after I pay my rent, I go negative immediately. If I buy anything, I have to hope. You see, I pay my rent, and then I'm like negative $200–300 immediately. If I'm going to buy anything then, I have to purchase by writing checks and hoping that they don't clear before my patreon.com money comes in. Now, whether I do or do not write any checks on that, when I dump my patreon.com money into my checking account, and I say dump because that's what happens, it's direct deposit from patreon.com, it immediately takes me to closer to having 0 in my account instead of minus hundreds. Which means I've got no money to spend. And then when I get my this month, well, not this month, my next Machinima talent payout is going to be a bit more. It's usually around 40 bucks a month, enough to buy one mid-range video game. Because there was a big Imager bump a few weeks back where I got like 2,000 some odd subscriptions in a day and people were watching all my videos. Well, those people are mostly gone now, so everything's back down to the normal 200 or 300 views instead of 1,000. But I usually get around 40 bucks, but I'm going to be getting around 100 and some odd this time. That's going to get dumped straight into my checking account to get me closer to having no money instead of owing hundreds. So I'd love to say, hey, can you people donate some money so I can buy cannabis? But if you donate any money to me, it's just going to go into this negative field. Well, I mean, not even a negative field. It's like, here's ground level. Here's the whole of my checking account. Any money that people donate is just going to go thump and fill up the hole slowly, getting me this direction. So I still don't even have any money to spend. It is disturbing and bothersome, and of course, after I pay the rent that's going up to almost $1,100, well, they pay the utilities. So I pay the rent, and I used to pay the Comcast, but they do that now. And even them picking up the Comcast, they still are always buying food, buying things, bringing them home, buying clothing, buying this, buying that. She bought a $40 book of her pictures. Sure wish I could spend 40 bucks on anything instead of being minus hundreds. When I mention I'm minus, I don't care. All they say is things like, yak, 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 why are you still talking? This is why I'm trying to find a new home. This is why I'm at the last of my being able to do stuff like this too, because my hands are starting to hurt too much. I don't know what I'm going to do. Literally, I do not know what I'm going to do. It is... I'm looking at... I had a future where if I had cannabis and all that, I was going to be at least comfortable and able to move. My future is getting smaller and smaller now because I'm not... Don't get used to the flow of videos that I've been making lately. Because if this keeps up, where I continue not being able to have any cannabis, I'm going to be down to like maybe one video a day or less. And they're going to be not much fun because I'm going to be like, howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome. I'm hurting again. So, life is fun. Life is joyous. And of course, I woke up late, 5:30. Came in here, first thing that happened, honey badgers fighting in my machine. So it's not things in the fan blades. It might be, as someone mentioned, because everything's so packed and tight that it just takes a little bit of heat to expand one thing, push it a little bit out of true, and suddenly fan blades are going up against the sides of their fan interior, such like that. I don't know what it is, but at the same time on that one, I opened up my machine again to try and see if I could get anything to happen because it's such an alarming sound. You can't just go, I'm going to let that go. No, it sounds like, well, it sounds like death. I tweeted this out this morning where I had done 30 seconds of me going, gosh, listen to my computer, and it's horrible sounding. I don't know what it is. Something is... But at the same time, I took a look, and I do need to blow the dust out of my computer again before it gets bad. And the radiator for my water cooler. Now this one got me bothered. It's really, really new, given to me by Straxion. It's not even a year old. And I cannot remember how the fan spun. all the other fans, except for the one that's sticking, I've got all my other fans, you go like this, you turn it, and they go whoosh. And then slowly friction down and then stop. But they're really easy to move, and then they just spin. The fan on the radiator, when you touch it, you have to give it a push to get it moving. And then if you give it that push to get it moving, it goes cha, and then spins a little bit, and then goes cha, 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 and stops. So the fan on my radiator's dying. Great. Luckily, so far right now, it's... The last time I took a check on the temperatures on my computer, because I run the AMD overdrive, which is you can overclock your system with it, but I just use it to monitor things like temperatures, because it tells you what your temperatures are. And so far this morning, my temperature ranges were like, I had 50 degrees Celsius to go before I would reach my maximum operating temperatures. That's good, because there's other times when I've got a fan, my box fan up against it, blowing air around to make sure that air is going through, and it's not really doing anything at all. Those times, well, it's got like 19 degrees Celsius before it reaches its temperature max. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Life is confounding, and even though I'm talking here about emotional numbness, not physical numbness. Physically, yeah, I'd rather have like, well, even physical numbness isn't good. I've got numb spots all over my body because of spinal damage, and those aren't fun because it's a combination of when I touch it, I can't feel the touch. But even though I can't feel the touch, I feel a growing burning sensation where I am being touched. So if I'm being touched, I can tell in one of my numb spots, not because I feel someone going, but because where I'm touching, it starts to burn. Yay. And of course my peripheral neuropathy is getting worse. It's tough to lift my feet up high enough because when I tell my feet to go up high and walk, because the nerves aren't getting there, they go up and I tend to scuff. And my hands, oh, that was a good defocusing. My hands, you know how you can grab two sides of a bag of potato chips and then go puff and open it up? When I grab things, my hands just feel weak. It's hard to keep a grip. And when I'm pulling, it's really super hard just to get it to open. All of these things, signs of increasing peripheral neuropathy, which is just your outer extremities don't work as well because of all the nerve damage between your brain and your outer extremities. Thumbs up. Oh gosh, I don't even know if I have time to talk about this one. I got so pissed off yesterday. The VA sent me all sorts of stuff, and I'm pissed. This is my regular tube and my regular sleep mask. You may notice it's got a really weird end, and there's like a little microchip type end that goes on there. And this thing, I gotta tape it on because it doesn't hold well, but it's got a specific type of thing. I had to go to the VA last week. I stopped by the CPAP clinic. They sent me 2 sleep masks and 2 tubes. Hey, that's a good thing. So last night I opened up the bag, and you know what? All they had to do was open up my chart and then find out what type of variable positive air pressure machine I have. But they didn't. And how do I know this? This tube doesn't fit on my machine. It doesn't fit. The connector is not for my kind of machine. Because it doesn't have the little microchip ends, because it does not have the proper sized hole, it does not connect. And this mask is made for this tube. If I try to connect this mask to the other tube, the other tube is just exactly this same size. So they sent me all this stuff and garbage. I gotta throw it away. How nice of them. All they had to do was take 10 seconds to call up my file, find out what kind of machine I have, and then send the appropriate equipment. So today I have to call them up and tell them all the same stuff I just told you. They didn't even look. They wasted your tax money, my time, because they were lazy. Thumbs up, huh? But now, make sure I'm still centered. But now I have opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab using Chrome. So I'm going to bring this up. And so now I'm all really shiny. Gotta love that. Anyway, though, I'm going to thank 20 to 25 people in my comments for having left me comments. Thank you so very much for having done so. It is greatly appreciated. I can only thank 20 to 25 because there's a lot of people. So I thank 20 to 25, and even though I'm counting on the fingers on my left hand in ASL, I do my best, but I still lose track. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I am an American English speaker, and I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them all afterward, but for right now, it's just, I'm thanking you for having left the comment. Whether it's a good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment, doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm only going to find out later. When I do read them, and I spend a lot of time in the comments, I'm going to thumbs up everyone I read, answer as many as I can. I love being in the comments. Thank you all so very, very much. Even the trolls. I don't like trolls, but you took time out of your day to leave a comment, and that's nice. So Hannah Maloney, thank you so very, very much. And Cheesecake Lasagna, thank you, greatly appreciated. The Son of Sons, thank you so much. Anthony On Point, greatly appreciated. Tundra Keeper, thumbs up and thank you. Devilov Dekiss, I think, thank you very, very much. And then there's, looks like Kyrius, I think, thank you very, very much for the tips and pointers. Gustavo Valdez, thank you very, very much. And Tyler, greatly appreciated. 707 Musician, thank you very, very much. And Joku-san21, the Otaku, thank you very much. Brendan Fenimore, thank you very, very much. Stefan Otley Jacobson, I sure hope, thank you very, very much. Eric Porto, thumbs up and thank you. Connor Mound, I'm terrible at last names, especially. I sure hope I'm at least in the ballpark. Thank you. And Burger Messiah, heck of a name. Thank you. X Synecal, spelled S-Y-N-E-C-A-L. Thank you very, very much. Charlie Williams, thank you very much. And then Sretton Rossick, greatly appreciated. Pussy Magnet, thank you very, very much. Nathaniel W, thank you. I got lost where I was. Mr. Squidward, greatly appreciated. Cocos89891, thumbs up and thank you. Logan Okaniro, I sure hope I'm at least somewhat close. It's your boy Silenced, some thumbs up and thank you. And last but not least, Tundra Keeper, greatly appreciated. Each and every one of you. As stated, you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thank you all so very, very much. It is appreciated to no end. Definitely a thumbs up. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could check those out, if you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign, even though it can't help me buy cannabis, getting me closer to zero in my checking account. Well, I also need to give first, last, and security deposit if I do move somewhere, so I got to save up money somehow. So if you could donate, that would be awesome. However, if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes. I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest, so thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definite thumbs up. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool. I would definitely appreciate that, but I've forgotten the rest of it. Good old fibro, widower brain damage from alcoholism and depression. Thumbs up for that. But I do have an Amazon wish list if you wanted to check that out. I'm always putting stuff onto it, taking stuff on because I'm that way. If you could check that out and send me something, that would be awesome. You are under no obligation. Do not feel that you have to, please. If you would like to, that would be awesome, but don't feel obligated. And of course, I'm partnered with Humble Bundle. If you check them out, they do donate money to charity whenever you buy something. And if you use my link, they kick back some money to me. I've been advertising for them for all this time now. I've never been paid. So if you could buy something from them using that link, maybe eventually I'll be paid partnering with them. That'd be cool. Well, I got hopefully a reaction video, hopefully at least a one game video. I don't know, depending on how I feel. We will see. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that, my friend, is a very, very good thing.